That's kind of big. That is kind of big.
You're what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. Welcome. It's been a minute. I ain't gonna lie. It has been a minute. I'm done analyzing stuff for the PPL. And now we can go ahead and pick up the sticks once again. So I have a special league coming up in 2025. I was specially invited, right, to this league in 2025. And PBA I was invited to, but not as the level of this other league that I'm referring to, right? But I don't want to reveal that right now. So look, here's what's gonna happen, right? Initially, I wanted to upload my ODL run, but then week 1, OBS was tweaking. Now I fixed it, and now we're gonna upload PBA and one other league in exchange. So ODL people, I apologize. Okay, I apologize for not uploading my run. It's fine anyway, cause like I'm 1-4 regardless. So it's not a big deal, right? It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna rock this out. We got the PBA team going right here. So when I was invited to the PBA, okay, not the Pete Weber kind, okay, there's a difference. I was told that it would be PPL format, and I was like, all right, bet, right? But then they allowed stuff like freaking, what's it called, Dialga Origin, and freaking the Krosma Dusk Main, like, bro, all these Ubers at the top of the tier list, I thought like, you know, like, okay, what? Because it was told to me, bro. I'm getting flabbergasted just still looking at this tier list on my phone, like, because it looked like, you know, it was just a copy and paste from an Ubers league, and that, like, you know, they would fix it up. No big deal. But then when we started the draft, I still saw Flutter Main legal, so it's just like, so am I playing in Ubers or not? And they said, and then everybody else was just like, no, this is baby Ubers. We're gonna call it Ubers. Ubers? What? Right? But like in a way, it kind of makes sense because we have Ubers UU. So this is Ubers UU for draft, and we're just gonna call it baby Ubers or Ubers. That's what PBA is, I guess, right? I mean, not everybody was on board with it. We had one guy freaking drop mid-draft, but like, you know, I am not a quitter. I'm not a quitter. So we decided to stick with it, and I ended up getting actually 2 Ubers, as you see. So I was afraid I wasn't gonna get an Uber, right? I wasn't gonna get Flutter. I wasn't gonna get freaking Zama Zeta Hero or Crown. I wasn't gonna get Dialga Origin, right? I wasn't gonna get any of those. So I was like, you know what? Let me get a very powerful Terramon, right? Because Iron Bundle without Terra, okay, that's a regular draft mon. It's an OU staple. That could be an OU staple if Terra was, you know, illegal. But with Terra legal, yes, Terra Iron Bundle is freaking an Uber. Absolutely. And I got Terra Water, so I don't have to rely on Hydro Pump. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my Uber, right? Then I misread the doc thinking, you know, Lugia got taken already round 1. But then come to find out, you know, because we have another division sharing the same doc as us, Lugia was taken in the other division. So I picked it up round 2. Now, do I think Lugia is good in this kind of format? Probably not. The only other time I'd be using Lugia is when I'm in Rand battles and freaking I just Terra Steel it, Calm Mind, and do the thing. I almost said do the thing, but you know, I didn't want to show it off like that. But yo, I don't know if Lugia without Terra is fraudulent. Many say it does. Should I have taken it? Should I have taken something else? Maybe. But I wanted to try it. You know what? How often am I gonna see Lugia legal? You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna be doing. That's what we're gonna be doing. we're gonna see if Lugia can actually do something in this league. We gonna see, right? If you notice, I think the biggest problem with this team as a whole is the speed gap, and I literally just looked at it yesterday when I was building for my week 1. It was like, yo, the speed gap between Miss Magius and Scizor is actually big, massive, right? But Lugia is, you know, if you don't run speed, if I don't put speed on Lugia, it would fill the gap no problem. You know, it would be like an 80-something speed Pokemon. So it's probably gonna be relegated to that role. Am I okay with that? Sure, why not? It's PBA. I gotta try, you know, I gotta try some UBERS, right? Cause if I just draft like OU Staples, right? If I just draft it like any other regular league, then like, you know, the power level isn't, you know, I won't be able to catch up to the power level of the rest of the other teams. So I needed 2 UBERS, and I got 2 UBERS to keep up with the others. So that's you know, Iron Bundle Lugia, great start. Then I got Scizor. Why? It's Stealth Rock week just like the first 2. Why would I get Scizor? I needed a bullet puncher for Flutter. Okay, leave me alone. Then I got Cinderace. Then I got Cinderace, Iron Hands, Swampert for the next 3. Weezing, Galar. G-Weezy was not so like I got G-Weezy in Grace Period. Like my fairy before this was Whimsicott. Didn't want that. I disliked that heavily. So fortunately, some gracious coach out there, I don't remember who you are, but thank you for dropping Weezing, because I got a real fairy, a poison type on top of that, and then the other Grace Period pickup was Brute Bonnet. We'll talk about Brute Bonnet later because it's the other Terra captain, but you know, I was debating between Brute Bonnet and Miss Magius. The way the Terra points was you know, distributed, I needed like 28 total points, so I could either use, so like Iron Bundle was like a 20 pointer, so like it was either use the rest of the budget on Miss Magius with 3 types, or save a point and go Brute Bonnet with 4 types. And so I ultimately decided on Brute Bonnet, right? But very quickly, Cyclizar gives me the 4th form of hazard removal, a spinner. So I got 2 defoggers, a spinner, court changer, right? Hazards, no problem whatsoever. Get it, got it, done. Ooh. But Brute Bonnet. Back to Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet is, you know, I've drafted Wo-Chien like twice this gen. So once with Terra, once without Terra. With Terra, it was like Terra Dark, Poison, and Fairy. But Brute Bonnet gets 4 types, according to the doc. So I got Fire in case I in case I run into some Sun. If I run into a Sun matchup, I can bring Terra Fire, Brute Bonnet possibly, right? I could have changed the Terra type. Stab is not required, but I feel like keeping Terra Dark on Brute Bonnet is nice for, you know, in case Sucker Punch, I can see a Sucker Punch, a Terra Dark Sucker Punch win condition, right? So there's that. And I think the main difference between Wo-Chien and Brute Bonnet, honestly, the way I see it, is like freaking Wo-Chien gets what? Like Stun Spore, Poison Powder, right? Those are the powder moves. Brute Bonnet gets Spore, which is better than both of those combined. So being able to sleep opponents and then double into, you know, a much larger threat is going to be very, very nice to handle. And, you know, it may be more offensive than its, you know, counterpart in Amoonguss, right? But it still has the bulk. You know, it's going to be able to take on, like, you know, ground hits, electric hits, you know, as, you know, with its dual typing of, you know, Grass Dark, you know, I'll be able to take on, you know, psychic hits, ground hits, electric hits, mostly on the physical side. Mostly on the physical side for the most part. As you know, Lugia has the 150 plus SPDEF, so you know, Brute Bonnet and Terra Brute Bonnet and Lugia can complement each other in more ways than one, I guess. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I think having Terra Brute Bonnet makes sense because, you know, I already have a special wall breaker in Terra Iron Bundle. Why did I need to overdo it with Miss Magius with 3 types when I could just have a defensive captain with 4 types? You know what I'm saying? So, Brute Bonnet is going to be a cool monster to try out, in addition to, you know, Bundler and freaking Lugia as well. Again, I don't think Lugia is going to be that great, but, you know, it's when am I going to grab Lugia again? You know what I mean? So, with that, it has been your boy Eli the Rebel. I will catch you guys on Saturday when I reveal the other league that I'm going to be uploading with the PBA. And then keep your eye out for, you know, community notes for when for what special league I'm referring to in addition to these 2. So with that, again, it's been your boy Eli the Rebel. Catch you guys later, man. Peace!